Hello everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. I'm excited to make this new announcement that we have a new line of energy products which is not only unique for Truly Holistic, but from what I know is unique to any other energy product out there. And we're calling this line of products light products, a very simple name, pretty straightforward name to what they do. And for anybody that has followed Truly Holistic for a wee while, and the products that we've been providing is very much tensor technology based. And when we're talking about tensor technology based, we're talking about products like Tensor Rings, where we take copper wire and we twist the wire and then we cut it to a measurement which is known as a cubit measurement. And that specific cubit measurement is then, and when it's then brazed or welded back upon itself as a loop or as a circle, then creates a column of frequency to be provided. So this ring becomes an anchor for those frequencies to come through. And what I'm very proud of what Truly Holistic has provided is with the cubit measures that were guided to me to use to make these tensor products are very high end, very cutting edge, and very multiversal or multi-dimensional, multi-reality products, because we're essentially anchoring in frequencies that come from outside this reality or at the farthest reaches of this reality or universe, either way we want to call that. And a lot of the cubit measures we use are not bringing just a specific frequency or a few frequencies, but bringing spectrums of frequencies. And I like to always use the analogy of, when you buy a multivitamin, right? Is the whole idea of a multivitamin is it covers, a full spectrum of the vitamins and a lot of the nutrients and minerals that you require. So when we're using these cubit measures, we're bringing through a very similar thing, a full spectrum, okay? And that's why I can call a lot of the tensor products that we provide here at Truly Holistic as a smart device tool, because it gives you a full array, a full spectrum of frequencies. And those frequencies are being facilitated from your higher evolved selves, which is your wisdom. Your higher evolved intelligence is allowing what frequencies you require at that moment. So from one moment to the next, it could change or shift depending on what challenge comes into your life, or what things are required, or what choices need to be made at that time. So they're wonderful for that particular reason. And we're not using any other intelligence that is external to it. It's your intelligence. But intelligence coming from an evolved version of you that has already ascended. It knows how to do that. And obviously a big priority, a big goal here at Truly Holistic is for myself alone, but also for my clients, is this process of ascension, which is to continually grow, personally grow and evolve. Okay, and I think the universal law and multiversal universal law of all is that consciousness must grow and evolve. Okay, so very proud of the products that we make, and we still make these particular products as pendants, as bracelets, as rings that you can use on the body or use on your food or use on your water. So again, you can connect them to their higher aspects of self by bringing through these spectrums of frequencies that exist, as I say, multi-dimensionally, the multiverse. And I don't know of any other cubit measures that do that. Okay, that's why very unique and very specific here. But it's also very aligned with the goals and the priorities I have as a quantum healer for my clients as well. And again, what I share with my clients is just following what I'm wanting to achieve for myself as well. I'm not here just to talk about it. I walk the talk. Now, these light products, this new array of light products, where they're different to this, we're using this technology, but in a different way. As I said, this tensor ring or anything of tensor technology is an anchor. It's the physical anchor to bring through an energy that comes from etherically. Okay, so where there is not physical reality. And one thing I must say about physical reality is it's just a perception of physical reality that we make from what our eyes can see, and our eyes can only see 0.0035% of the electromagnetic spectrum of light, so very little. And through that window, that sliver of reality, we make a perception that we live in a physical reality. It's not actually a physical reality, it's just a perception of a physical reality. But, you know, for us to get from A to B and then B to C all the way to Z, right, in regards to our evolvement and our ascension, we need to start from somewhere. And because we're all starting from this perception of a physical reality, we need something physical and tangible to realize that that energy is being brought through that space, right? That because it's a space holder. Okay, it's a placeholder of energy, very much like your attention. Where you place your attention, it's a placeholder and anchor for you to direct your energy to create more of that thing. Okay, but for that thing to remain there, you need to keep your attention on it. Where if you have these particular products, you can go away and not need to continually place your attention on it. These will do the job for it. But coming from a higher aspect of you as well. So these light products, what we've found now that is because I have a very clear understanding and connection to these etheric templates of where these frequencies come from. So the origin of them, okay? Everything in this physical reality, or what we deem as a physical reality, is just a projection of something from where that original projector comes from. For example, the sun, okay? We can say from a physical reality standpoint or the human perspective, which human is part of that 0.0035%, okay, the human physical body. From that perspective, we live on this planet called Earth, and it revolves around a star which we call the sun. But the sun is a projection. The Earth is a projection. The Earth is an expression of you. That's why, okay, the same letters are the same word in the word Earth, the word heart, because everything that you are as an infinite consciousness on all the levels, multi-dimensional, multiverse, everywhere, everything, the doorway to that is through the heart, okay? And with the heart, the letter H starts at the word heart, and it ends on the word earth, because the earth becomes an expression of us, okay? Same with the sun. Now the sun, the Latin word for sun is S-O-L, soul, pronounced soul, just like S-O-U-L. Now where does our soul come from? What's the facilitation of our soul? Through this heart space. Okay, so our soul is really the projector for the projection of what we perceive as the sun here from the human perspective, okay, or human embodiment. So what we've come to find is now, because I've got a clear connection to the etheric templates of the projector of those frequencies, those energies, I've looked at other ways we can use as an anchor here in so-called physical reality. And I've found another way of doing it rather than using a tensor ring or using copper wire. And hence this is the new product, the light products. And what we've been able to do is use crystal powders, which I then use in resin molds to have the power to be the anchor of that etheric template or energy or spectrum of frequency to be brought into this reality. So we've made a whole line of new products based on that concept. So first of all, I'm going to show you is the pendants that we've made. I'm very excited about this because it's brought a little bit more of a cosmetic angle to the products now here at Truly Holistic. The first one I'm going to show you is a crystal pendant. And what we do is, again, it's made by with resin, and to a mold in this beautiful shape and design to make it look like a perfect crystal. But we're using crystal powders in it because that is required to anchor those energies in. So what we've done with this is we've used, which comes out very quite clear looking or slightly light purple color, is we're using amethyst crystal powder in this product. And then I am enabled to anchor the etheric templates into the crystal powder. So when you wear that, it's essentially like wearing what we used to do and what we still do if you're like the copper and the way that we do it with the copper wire, but very much the same way. Now the cool thing about this though is you get to choose if you're aware of what cubit measures you need, or you can let me know what you'd like this product for, and I can dowse and find out what would be best suited for you when I anchor those etheric templates into your pendant. Okay, so that is one of them, one of the beautiful designs. Now we've also got one here that is a green color, which is we're using the crystal powder of malachite for that. So it's beautiful, beautiful pendant. And again, same thing applies. We just anchor in the etheric templates of the cubit measures that we want to bring in, and we can anchor it into here, into this crystal pendant, if you like that particular color. And also, don't forget that when we anchor these etheric templates, these cubit measures in, it's also going to connect that malachite to its higher evolved aspect of itself, just like also the amethyst. So you get one that's kind of crystal clear looking color with a little bit of purple in there, and you get also the malachite with the green. We've also got one in the blue, which is a Lapis Lazuli, which is a beautiful, beautiful pendant. Again, beautiful crystal, which is, brings through a lot of truth when you really think of Lapis Lazuli. And also we're able to anchor those etheric templates in. And the last one we have is a black one, which is using Shungite Powder. So we've got that one for Shungite Powder. Again, same thing applies. You can either choose what etheric, cubit measures you require and need in there. On the website, I talk about what those cubit measures bring through. Okay, so you might have just an intuitive kind of guidance to need that particular thing that cubit measure brings in. Or, as I say, you can always let me know what you're looking in that product, and I can dowse in, and we can figure it out between us what particular cubit measures then will anchor the etheric template into that particular pendant. So they are the light pendants. What other products we've also designed is light bead bracelets. Okay, so again, these are made with resin, and we've put in crystal powders into them. This particular one we're calling the grounding bracelet, okay, bead bracelet. And again, we've gone with the green and the blue, the malachite and the lapis lazuli, because again, they are the colors of the earth, right? The primary colors of the earth. And everyone knows, that, or maybe perhaps you don't know, about the earthing and grounding effect when we touch the earth, is that we absorb those negative ionizations, which create a very anti-inflammatory state of the physical body. And then for people that are very empathic or very sensitive to energies, is when they kind of feel like they're scattered and lose clarity. They'll quite often use that term. I don't feel grounded, and I want to be grounded again, or earthed. And also understand that, again, when I look at, because I got into energy medicine, that was one of the first things I got into, was this ability of earthing and grounding. When we touch the earth with your hands, with the bottoms of your feet, you've got the most nerve endings to absorb the negative ionization of the earth. But now, we've evolved to a point where we're realizing that is just a projection, and we go back to the origin, and now I can facilitate that grounding and earthing effect, and you don't even have to be touching the earth, okay, to get that, because we've just removed the middleman or middle person, and understand, the concepts of reality. That there is an originator or a projector of that projection. As I say, the Earth becomes an expression of something that we already have within ourselves. So what we do is we anchor a particular cubit measure, which we call the activation or the heart activation cubit, and they anchor that etheric template into every single bead that makes up this bracelet. So when you place that on your wrist, like so, then that will keep you grounded, earthed, and you'll feel more centered, more heart-centered, which allows you to be more present, more aware, and more conscious. So your awareness gets shifted from up here in the head and the mind back down into the heart, into your consciousness, into your light. Okay, so that is the earthing, the grounding bead bracelet. We also have a couple other designs of bead bracelet. This one is made out of Shungite Powder. Okay, and what we will be doing with the bead bracelet, that again, giving you the option of what cubit measures we can bring in more than one, whatever is for the highest good for you, and we can anchor that etheric template again into the beads, into the crystal powders that are within the bead bracelet. Which gives you an option of 4 different cubit measures, which, as I say, depending on where you are and what you require, you could have all 4 of them anchored into that bead bracelet, or you could have it for a particular purpose that you want it to be. So there's also that option there too. And then the last one is also, which again, when you'd order it, I'd ask for your wrist measurement so I can know how many beads are required, and these are elastic as well, so they can be used on a number of different size wrists, but again, we can customize it to the size of your wrist. This is a smaller one for a child, and this is using the Amethyst crystal powder and making a beautiful amethyst bead bracelet. Again, with this particular one, with anchored already the activation, the gateway, and the ascension cubits, etheric templates into these. So what that does is it gets you to the door, gets you into the heart, which the activation does. The gateway enables you to connect to your soul family, which are variants of you that share the same energy signature. So it's like you exist on a multitude of levels. That's why we're called multidimensional. And also brings in the anchor or the cubit measure of the ascension cubit, which is source, the origin of your energy that initially gets then divided up into a multitude of realities or dimensions. So we can bring that all into that particular bracelet. This one currently has the one that goes even beyond source, which we call the fire infinity, and that's when we start to reach into celestial existence, which takes you even further, which is pretty exciting. So you've got 3 options there in regards to the bead bracelets, or what we call the light bead bracelets. Another area what we're working on, and again we're going to be working more in this area, is making coasters. Because up to this point we've made rings for like to restructure your water, and you can obviously use them on your tea and your coffee and all those sorts of goodies, and you can use them on your food. But we also have got a prototype, and I'm pretty happy with this now, of a coaster. Okay, so this coaster has got a beautiful tree of life design on it, and this is made with Shungite powder. And Shungite, as we know, is very good with water as well, or any products that have a lot of water in it. For example, if you're into tea or medicinal herb teas and so on. But also we are going to anchor in the etheric templates of the activation, the gateway, and the ascension within this, which again takes water to its origin. Okay, the thing about water is the consciousness of water is hydrogen. You break that word down, hydro water, genesis. Or generator of water. So it's the origin of water, it's the consciousness of water, and those etheric templates that we anchor in, which are the cubit measures, take water back to its original state, and can do it very, very quickly. Okay, so it's a wonderful product. We're also looking at, so this one's the only one that's currently available. It's also made with a resin that's heat resistant, so you can put your cups of tea, your coffee on there, which won't affect or mark the coaster itself. But we are also looking at creating a set of coasters which will bring in also other crystal powders like the malachite version here, which is pretty cool too. At this point we're not ready for that, but this one is currently available. So that is another part of our light technologies. Now the next one in is also we're allowing option is making stones. Okay, so we call these the light stones. So we've got the 4 stones here, and this will come in a beautiful little bag like this. And we, as I said earlier, there is going to be 4 cubit measures that we can anchor in the etheric template into these crystal powders. But all 4 of them, each one of them, have a specific purpose. And what we'll be doing is in the malachite stone crystal, we will be anchoring in the etheric template of the activation cubit, which again is this connection of our human experience to our closest aspect of our light, which is our soul. Okay, our soul is like me using my computer. The computer is an interface, but it needs an intelligence to use it. So I am being that intelligence using the computer. It's very much like seeing the human as the computer, and my soul is what I want as my guide or my intelligence in regards to my experience here. So, which is all starts when we get our awareness comes into the heart. We allow that door to be open, which is that doorway to everything that we are. Okay, so so that's that one. The next one is for the amethyst stone or crystal. This will have the gateway cubit, and the gateway cubit takes you through that door on that path back to rediscovery of self, which gives you a connection to your soul family. As I said earlier, your soul is where your authenticity exists. It doesn't exist in the human. The human is your conditioned self. Okay? If you want to become your authentic self, you need to embody your light, you as a soul, before you became the human. Okay, and if you can bring that wisdom and light here for this experience, then wow, you can really have such a wonderful existence and experience here, with greater knowing and understanding of what you're experiencing and also how you use your creative capabilities. So this connects you to that unique energy signature that's shared amongst a number of realities. So the variants that are versions of you, because you're all connected by the same energy signature. So that really connects you on a multi-dimensional level very abundantly. Now the next one is the Lapis Lazuli, the blue stone, which we're anchoring in the Ascension Cubit, which takes you to source, the origin of your energy. So that's a wonderful addition to the other 2, which just takes you even further. And then the Shungite crystal is going to have the fire infinity, which takes you even further than your source existence into what we call celestial existence. And celestial existence is just full expansion and what I do tell my clients is the more you are connected to these higher dimensional or higher multiversal levels of self, that is going to have an indirect effect on your reach and your ability to transform your life here, okay? Because your auric field will expand. Your auric field is a measure of how connected you are. So when we are we find we're more grounded, more connected in earth, that will show up as your auric field will be more expansive. And when we actually don't feel grounded and we feel scattered, and when our awareness shifts into the mind, our auric field will actually shrink in. So our ability to actually create paradise here is diminished. Okay, that's the way that we're supposed to do it. So that is within that particular crystal. So, these are wonderful just in their own right. But the power of these stones, what you can do is, let's say you have a tensor ring of a cubit that we don't have, that we don't utilize here at Truly Holistic. Let's say it's one of the older types, like the Raw Sacred Cubit or Lost Cubit, Empowerment Cubit. And let's say you've got that, but you want to facilitate these higher end energies, right? These spectrums of frequencies that all these bring, because they're all levels of existence. Well, you can grab that ring and you can just place the rings within that. Place the stones within that ring, like that. And what that does is it now creates this column of light to not be just a anchor for that empowerment cubit or that lost cubit, but also now an anchor for all those high-end energies that now those stones are providing for that column of light. You can also use another product that we sell here as a crystalline product, the sun ring, and place the stones within that, and the sun ring will broadcast those stones into your room or into your house, right? So others are going to get the benefits of that. So there's a number of ways that you can do it. You can just simply put them into the bag and have them in your pocket. And while they're in your pocket or on your body, they are part of your auric field. So they're still doing work and they're anchoring those higher evolved aspects of you while you're having an experience. So a number of great ways you can use those. So again, part of that light product. Now another product we're bringing through, which is using both the tensor technology of copper and twisting copper and cubit measures, as well as anchoring and crystal powders, is called the Eye of Neutrality Pendant, which we've developed. Okay, it's obviously looks like an eye, and what we're bringing in the 4 cubit measures that we have also within the stones into this product. Okay, and some people like the copper and like that idea, but we're also now creating obviously a more cosmetic line in regards to the crystal powders as well. And the ring on the outside brings through the fire infinity. The next copper bit here that creates that oval, if we put it that way, is the gateway cubit, and then the ring in the middle is the ascension, and then also we've brought in this malachite crystal powdered piece of resin in the middle, which again is just part of a bead to make it look like an eye, and I've anchored the activation cubit into that. So we've got that particular beautiful pendant too, which I've been wearing a lot and I've been really enjoying it. What we're also going to do is we're going to give you an option that, let's say as for your human experience, you've got green or hazel eyes. Well, you get to choose that middle resin piece to be green. Let's say you've got blue eyes. Well, we're going to give you the opportunity to have the blue one. So instead of the green, you'll have the blue in the middle. And let's, for example, you have brown eyes, then we're going to bring through this one, which is actually red jasper, but it looks more of a brownie color. And we're going to bring that, and that will be the centerpiece for that bit that we anchor in that activation cubit in. So that's pretty cool, and I'm really excited about bringing that product through as well. And it's also just a little bit different to this range of crystal powdered products. So this is the start of this new development, which I think is very unique, and it's no one else is doing it like this, right? And I've always loved crystals and what they naturally bring through, but crystals are also wonderful to program, and there is a difference between anchoring in a etheric template and just placing an intention in a crystal. When you place an intention in a crystal, that intention will hold for a certain period of time, but it will dissipate and go away. What we're doing by anchoring in, when we have a connection to the etheric templates, because I've had an activation, I've had a connection to the etheric templates for quite some time now, is we can anchor those in as long as we've got something that is powerful enough to hold that, and that will not go away, okay, like an intention. So that's the difference of anchoring something from an etheric template compared to just making an intention into a crystal. So I hope you're excited about these products as much as me. If you have any questions below, please comment below and I'll be happy to answer them. If you'd like to buy any of these products, go to my website at trulyholistic.net/products/ So that's TRULYHOLISTIC.net/products, PRODUCTS / and you'll see all those products there, all Tensor technology products that we already do with the copper, but all the new light products that we're doing with these crystal powders. Very exciting stuff. Please remember, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video, please share the video for anybody that you feel would benefit from these particular products. And as I say, I'd love to know what you think about these and any questions you have for them. Till next time, bye.